All right, guys, let's take a look at the 4 vertical passing game concept. It can be run out of a 2-by-2 formation, 2 receivers to either side, or a 3-by-1 formation, which is what you see here. It means exactly what it says. All 4 receivers are running 9 routes straight down the field. Now, what's evolved that really comes from the run and shoot is that there are now options for those receivers as they're running their 4 verticals based on the coverage, based on how they're playing. If it's cover 2 and the middle of the field is open, then the inside receiver here can convert it into a post. Depending on how this receiver is being covered, he can convert it into a dig. That's why it's so critical that the quarterback and the receiver are on the same page. They see it the same way when you're giving all 4 of these guys those type of option routes.
Nice job, Ross, breaking down 4 verticals for us on the whiteboard. Let's take a look at it here on the video screen. Now, you can run these 4 verticals either out of a 2-by-2 set or how Ross broke it down for us out of a 3-by-1 set. You get the 3 receivers to this side, and you got your tight end on the back side. And what's so beneficial for the Eagles on this particular play is that the Jags are in cover 3, putting a lot of stress on this single high safety. You're going to get 4 verticals here. You're going to get Jordan Matthews coming here. You're going to get Zach Ertz on the outside here. But I believe the key to this play is the play action fake here to the running back. Again, you're sucking up the linebacker there. You're sucking up the linebacker there. And because your number 3 guy, Jordan Matthews, does a great job of climbing these linebackers off of that play action fakes, it puts a lot of stress on this guy. He's worried about Macklin and Cooper out here. Meanwhile, you got the number 3 receiver running across the field wide open. This is a very, very difficult route concept to defend when there's a single high safety.
When R4ing 2 vertical seams, 2 keys increase completion percentage. The first is adjusting the quarterback footwork to a 2-step drop to better fit both routes into the timeline. On the drop, the quarterback sees the collision of the rhythm seam, then resets to the read seam. The optimal delivery distance is 15 yards in zone. The second key is by the wide receiver taking a 3-step seam release and using a hook move to avoid collision. We use the phrase, when you hook, look, so the wide receiver's eyes can locate the in-flight ball faster for the reception.
All right, our tip this month is talking 4 verticals. You know, a lot of teams call it All Go or All State or 999 or different names for 4 verticals. Basically, we're trying to take a shot here. We want to stretch the field. We want to go after it and get us one. So against single safety middle, whether it's man or cover 3, we're really keying this free safety. So we're going to try to look him one way and throw the other. A lot of times I like to go away from the strong safety, attack a backer. You know, the backer's, he's a run stopper. So, you know, kind of key your mismatch there inside. You want to make sure as you're dropping, you're trying to look that safety. If I want to throw it against the backer, I want to look that safety this way a little, so now I create a hole here. This throw is not a big, deep, down the field throw. It's a hole shot. So you want to maybe even 5 plant. If you know you got what you want, and that backer's tight, and you got your fast guy inside, and he's running past him, it might be 5 plant and drill it right in this hole right here. Okay, before that backer can get there, there's usually a nice little window right there, but it's not a big high arcing throw where this free safety can make a play or the corner can sink inside. So against cover 3, we're thinking either one of these inside throws. Now, if a corner's getting nosy, you know, you can always tag a comeback outside for your outside receiver if they do a good job with their corners, but that's down the line. So single safety, we're thinking inside. All right, 4 verticals versus cover 2 now. We're keying one side or the other, either safety. That's our key. If I pick my right side, I'm keying the strong safety. If I pick my left side, keying the free safety. A lot of times this middle backer will open to the side of the running back. So if the running back's checking protection here, this middle backer may turn his hips here and now give us a little window on the back side of that. So, you know, a lot of times you can key that middle backer to know whether I'm working right side or left side, and a lot of times that'll happen on your first or second step coming out from center. Once I pick a side, I'm keying if the safeties gets width, now I can bend this receiver inside with the throw. I don't like to teach our receivers to run in there because a lot of times they may get to the backside safety. I want them staying just inside that safety, and now I can bend them in with a throw, a little more of an up and over. You know, with these backers underneath, it's going to have to be a little arc and pace, up and over the backer, yet not a big high throw down the middle where a safety can react. If the safety hangs inside on number 2, now I've got a hole shot out here where that one's I'm gonna have to drive it in that hole there. A lot of times you can, 5 hitch and really drill it in there. Sometimes it's down the field a little more if that safety gives you a quicker read. So cover 2, we're keying the safeties, picking a side. You never want to go one side to the other because you don't know what that safety's doing. So once you determine which side you're going to, key that safety. If he widens, we're banging it inside here, a little up and over throw. If he hangs inside on number 2, now we're shooting it to the hole shot outside, making sure we're protecting our receiver.